Hey, 49ers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Chat Sports, and today, let's go ahead and put a literal letter grade on every single move the 49ers have made so far. And boy, there are going to be some really good grades, guys. Listen, I got to be honest. The 49ers have done some really great stuff, so the grades are going to be good. There are a couple that'll get, not perfect scores, so go ahead and bear with me on these. But I think overall, before we jump in, the 49ers have had a fantastic offseason so far in free agency. Let's go and start with Arik Armstead. So his re-signing came at the cost of 5 years and $85 million. $48.5 million in guaranteed money. We broke this all down in the video yesterday. We've got to give this an A-. I want to give an A+, mainly because only a $6 million cap hit in 2020. Let me just go ahead and show you guys what blew my mind about the Arik Armstead thing. Now, the A- comes because we did give up a ton of money, but it's still an A because of the way the cap hit breakdown works. So, the 49ers are only going to have $6 million on Arik Armstead's cap hit. His cap hit for 2020 is $6 million. His cap hit for 2021 is $12 million. And then in 2022, it is $20 million. What I'm trying to explain to you guys right now, as you've seen on your screen, the 49ers worked this contract around so perfectly that they only had to pay him $6 million this year, or the cap hit is $6 million this year. Now, he's going to make a ton of guaranteed money, like $34 million at signing, and get all of his money right now. But the way the 49ers worked this deal was absolutely incredible to get him in terms of the cap money being way down. DeForest Buckner, we're going to talk about here in a second. The overall cost and his cap hit would be about $20 million when he signed his massive deal with the Indianapolis Colts. We got to give credit where credit is due to San Francisco's front office for going ahead and really making somehow a crazy good deal that was pro 49ers and pro cap. Yes, it's still a lot of money. Yes, we'll have to pay a lot more of it later on down the line, but our first grade here has got to be an A- because I love this move. It's hard not to love this move, and I love the fact they were able to work it that way we could save some money to spend on some other players, which we're going to go ahead and talk about here in just a little bit. Before we move on, though, don't worry about the ad because it popped up here on YouTube. Just go ahead and scroll down, answer the pinned comment down below. What grade would you give the 49ers total moves so far? What's the total overall grade would you give the 49ers down low? Down below. I want to hear from you guys. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the DeForest Buckner trade now. Now, we talked about all the moves that they have made here. This is one of the bigger ones that just shocked the world, that they were able to trade him away and traded away their best pass rusher in terms of their defensive captain this past year. Now, Bosa and Ford are probably better overall, but there was a reason DeForest Buckner was the captain of the 49ers defense for all of 2019. And the reason is because he's a leader, he's a great player, and I wanted him to stay in San Francisco. But despite all of that, I'm giving him an A+. Like, literally, despite all of that, it's an A+ for this move because they were able to decide between Armstead and Buckner. I think Armstead was the better choice for longevity, but they got a first-round draft pick out of this. I cannot express this and stress this enough, that getting a first-round draft pick for San Francisco in this year's draft is huge. Now, obviously, we've seen the trade before. The Niners get number 13 overall, and we sent DeForest Buckner over to the Colts. But now, the 49ers hold 2 picks in the first round and 7 picks total, 13 and 31. This gives you a plethora of options to go ahead and spend at number 13. You could get a really good wide receiver. I mean, you could get a CeeDee Lamb, a Jerry Jeudy, a Henry Ruggs. You could go buck wild on wide receiver. You could also go O-line or D-line as you're seeing the needs pop up on your screen right now. The 49ers don't have a lot of needs, but they can continue to address and fill the small amount of needs that they have because they were able to get the number 13 overall pick here. I would be shocked if anyone out there is genuinely upset about losing Buckner. Now, if you would have lost Buckner for like a second-round draft pick, then maybe there could be a little bit of anger there. But overall, this was a great move by our 49ers. And I think, if I remember my grading correctly, is the only A+ that I give in terms of all the deals that they've done. I told you they're going to have some great grades, but this one in particular just made me so happy and so excited to be a 49er guy because I'm telling you, number 13 overall, do not count this out. This is huge for San Francisco going forward. Question, what should we do with number 13 overall? Where would you go? Would you go wide receiver, defensive line, offensive line? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section. And also, because this trade was so good, we're going to keep the 49er hat sale going with our friends over at chatsports.com/49hat. The link is in the description. You're seeing some of the hats bounce around on your screen right now. These are all authentic. There are deals on the majority of them that you're seeing. And if you guys are in love with the 49ers, as we know many many of you guys are because you subscribe to this channel, pick up an authentic hat again, chatsports.com/49hat. Okay, moving on. The Jimmie Ward signing, we're going to give them a B+. Now, I like the signing. I said before, you need to go ahead and re-sign Jimmie Ward. And honestly, the numbers aren't bad. 3 years, $28.5 million in terms of the total deal, $17 million guaranteed. He's the 6th best safety in the league, according to Pro Football Focus this past year. And the cap numbers, again, too, not so bad. You're seeing on your screen right now, in 2020, it only cost $4.5 million against the cap, and then like 11.6 and 12.1 in the final 2 years of the deal. It's a B+, though, because I think you could have gotten a little bit cheaper and drafted a safety in this draft. We talked about Grant Delpit. We talked about A.J. McKinney out of Alabama. There are some good safeties to be had, and now with 2 picks in the first round, you could have saved this money and then put it into, like, let's say a wide receiver and then drafted as a safety in the draft. Now, is Grant Delpit going to be better than Jimmie Ward? I have no idea. I don't think so. But maybe, just maybe, his ceiling's a little bit higher overall. We'll have to wait and see. I think the 49ers secondary staying intact is big. That's why, again, it's only a B+. It's not a bad grade for re-signing Jimmie Ward. I just think that you could have saved this money, put it towards a wide receiver, put it towards Emmanuel Sanders, for instance, or put it towards a different wide receiver, because I'm not that sold on Emmanuel Sanders. But you get my point. You could have gone elsewhere with this and go ahead and drafted a safety, because there are some in the first round, and now you have number 13 overall, so you could go ahead and do that. I want to know from you guys, though, would you rather have Grant Delpit or Jimmie Ward? Type D down below for Delpit, type W down below for Ward. I want to hear from you guys quickly. This completely throws everything off. Don't be surprised if San Francisco trades out of number 13 to pick up more day 2 picks in the second and third round. I digress. Moving on. Did you guys see this one? It kind of was slowly slipped underneath all the other 49er news. We have restructured Jerick McKinnon's contract, which is huge. We reported this a couple of weeks ago here on here on the 49ers report, talking about how, listen, if they can restructure his deal, this will be big for San Francisco, and they were able to basically restructure the deal for a 1-year veteran minimum, paying him only like $920,000 this year with some extra bonus incentives based on playing time. He has not played in over 2 seasons, and we will have to eat about $2 million in dead cap money, but still, this is big to go ahead and keep McKinnon. Now, it's a B- because of, one, McKinnon is not proven to be able to stay healthy at all, and you're still paying him money, and 2, they're going to probably bring back Matt Breida, which makes me kind of go, where and when is he going to get snaps? Like, where and when is Jerick McKinnon actually going to be playing on the field for a reasonable amount of time? Because we have Tevin Coleman, we have Raheem Mostert, we obviously have Matt Breida, Jeff Wilson Jr. Are you going to keep 5 running backs on the roster? I'm not saying this is a bad move, because McKinnon is the best pass-catching back when healthy out of all of them, and arguably, he was supposed to be the best running back out of all of them until, of course, he got injured. I don't hate it, but of all these moves here, I scratch my head just a little bit and kind of go, when's he going to play? Because we know Mostert's not the number 1, and we obviously know that there's Tevin Coleman and everybody else that's there. Matt Breida is going to come back most likely, so I'm a little bit confused on exactly how this is going to work. Maybe he's going to catch fire. Maybe he's going to actually be good. Maybe he's cheap enough to go ahead and figure that out, but I'm very curious to see what the 49ers are going to do in terms of playing time. Kyle Shanahan, boy wonder, boy genius play caller, going to have to figure that one out. We're also trying to figure out how you guys are watching these videos without being subscribed. What are you doing? Subscribe to the channel here. This is one of the best 49er channels here on YouTube. We're approaching 20,000 subs, and we've been growing at a crazy great rate. So go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below, and also click the notification bell. That way you are notified whenever we drop a live video, which we're going to do later on in the week, or when we drop videos just like we do here almost every single day regarding our San Francisco 49ers. The final one that I'm going to give a grade on is going to be re-signing Ronald Blair. Now, of course, they signed Shon Coleman, the tackle. They gave him a 1-year extension. We talked about that yesterday. The grade on that is kind of like whatever. He's a backup tackle. It's not too big of a deal. But Ronald Blair, the signing here to me is good, but at the same time, I feel like there are some better guys on the market who are not coming off of ACL tears. So we're going to say C+, probably a little bit harsh, but I didn't want to give everybody a great grade. He was rumored to want to go to Cleveland. I get bringing him back for depth, and he had a decent year last year. Obviously, he was showing, the film. You put it on and go, oh, man, he would have been really good, but then he got injured. I just wonder if he's going to be able to come back and play as well with a torn ACL. You could have used that money. We didn't give him, a ton. Could have used that money in the free agent market to sign somebody else, right? And that's kind of my thought process here is, can a defensive lineman really play well after coming off of an ACL injury? Now, if he does, prove me wrong, then I mean, good for us. We obviously won this deal, and we're going to be a great deal. It's a prove-it deal. It's going to be just fine. I'm a little bit curious in terms of how he is going to look. How's the explosion going to look in his rotational defensive line area? There you go. There are all your grades for our 49ers moves so far. Again, this was being filmed on late night Tuesday, so if they make more moves on Wednesday and you're watching this and you're going, Thomas, why don't you talk about that move? It's because, of course, this was filmed a little bit earlier. It's how YouTube works, right? I can't be live with a brand new video every single time something drops, although, honestly, we do a pretty good job here at the 49ers Report. So, without further ado, final question here, and if you did not give me a grade on the overall signings the 49ers did, give me a grade in the comment section. I want to see A through F, how you feel the 49ers have done. I want to see what you guys are feeling out there for all of our 49ers fans. All the time we have for a day, the 49ers Report. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.